In this lesson, I'm going to introduce to you a whole new way of measuring angles. So in 20-1 and even in 10C, you are used to measuring angles in what we call degree measure. So not only is degree measure in 30-1, but we have a whole new way of measuring angles, which is called radian measure. So I'm going to go through what exactly a radian is. So I'm going to draw a picture here. Consider this circle. Okay, it has a center and it has a radius, which I will denote as r. If I traced along the circumference of this circle an arc length that is exactly 1 radian, so r, and I joined these ends together at the center, what I create is an angle that is exactly 1 radian. Okay, so I'm going to erase these other lines here so you can see what that looks like. So 1 radian is an angle that makes up an arc that is exactly equal to what your radius is. Okay, so let's take a look at another circle here. Okay, here's the center, here's the r. Now, instead of going 1r along the circumference, let's say we go 2r or 2 radii along the circumference. So once again, if we join the ends at the center, what we create is an angle which is 2 radians. Okay, so your radian measure all comes from the fact that it's creating an arc that is equal to your radius or even a multiple of it. Okay, so let's take a look at my next slide here. It says how many radians are in 360 degrees. So here's my circle, here's the center, okay, and here is my r value. So you know 360 is 1 full rotation. So my arc length is created by going 360 around this circle. So I end up at the same starting point. Now what is that arc length equal to? Well, that's equal to the circumference of the circle. So what's the circumference of the circle? Well, it's 2 pi r. So that circumference formula is telling you that there are exactly 2 pi radii going around this circle that creates 360 degrees. So that means this angle is equal to 2 pi. Okay, so we can deduce from this 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radians. Okay, and then from here we can derive other measurements. So 180, which is half of 360, is going to be 2 pi over 2, which simplifies to pi radians. So there's another relationship there. We can keep going here. So half of 180 is going to give you 90, and that's going to give you half of pi. Okay, so pi over 2 is equal to 90 degrees. If we keep going here, 45 degrees is equal to pi over 4 radians. Okay, so that concludes my lesson on what a radian measure is.